things about trading Forex is that you don't actually know exactly which trade is going to be a crazy winner or just another loss.
What's up, everybody? We are currently live.
We'll take away the weekly.
Trace back down to orthodox. Then that price is going to be bullish.
Point sort of chasing the market. I was more than happy to stay flat.
Hello everyone.
With the kangaroo tail.
Always recommend trading on the 5 minute.
Some of these exotic pairs and pretty steady uptrend, making these higher highs and higher.
Mostly trend following.
The stimulus in a certain way.
What up, traders? Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and welcome to the A1 trading session here on a Friday. Hopefully everyone is doing well, and looking forward to some trading next week as we go ahead and prepare this Friday for what could possibly be the open for next week Sunday, or at least on Sunday for next week's trading. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. This session isn't going to be as long as I usually do it, just to prepare you guys. Just because I've got things I've got playing today. You can see I've actually got my golf shirt on today. Going to go ahead and run after this white little ball the whole day. I actually like playing golf. It's strange enough. I am a full handicap. So, but in any case, yeah, we're going to go ahead and play some golf today. But guess what's happening? Big opportunity in the market. Big opportunity. I don't know if there's a lot of traders that trade Bitcoin and altcoin, but there is a great opportunity for those that trade cryptos. We'll go ahead and take a look at what the setup is, specifically what the setup looks like on Bitcoin, because with this bit of sell-off that we've had over the last few days, in fact this week, a lot of traders are thinking that there may not be a good opportunity to start investing into cryptos. Well, actually, it's the complete opposite. Right now, it is the best time to go ahead and start looking to buy in on cryptos. We'll talk about that in a moment. Cliff says, holding one today. Hopefully, my friend, hopefully. All right, well, let's go ahead and jump into a couple of setups as we jump into the markets. Let's first go ahead and take a look and see what happened, how the market closed last week, Friday. So last week, Friday, it closed off indicating that we've got a strong dollar. We got a weak New Zealand dollar, and so those are the two that, or these the two currencies that were traded against each other that showed a weak and a strong currency, and that would be the ideal currency to go ahead and trade. The question is, did the New Zealand or did the US dollar New Zealand or New Zealand US dollar, did it trade bullish last week or did it go bearish? Well, let's go ahead and take a look and see how they played out as we go into the charts. And again, I will come back to cryptos and we will talk about gold. I know that you guys love talking about gold, and we'll go into those details this morning. So let's jump into a New Zealand US dollar right here. And so did we have a bullish or bearish move on the New Zealand US dollar? Well, as you can see right here, this is the 4-hour time frame. We can say that we did sell off over the last couple of weeks. We have sold off, and last week was not any different. I mean, last week was just really range bound, because if you take a look over here, let me pull up my tool. If you take a look over here, I think I'm going to pull my mic a little closer too. There we go. That's better. So if we go ahead and take a look over here, we do see that the market didn't really get out of this range. It traded back and forth inside this range and hasn't broken out. The thing here is, traders, if you haven't looked at the dollar at the moment right now, the dollar is actually looking like it should be better. We've been talking about the dollar weakness for a while now, and we're saying that the dollar is going to be topping out and heading south. And if that's going to be the case, wouldn't you think then the next week's trading should be a good buy from the bottoms right here going back up to the top? Now, you might be looking at this and say, well, Big Dog, you know what I don't like about this pair is that it's range bound, and nobody likes trading range bound pairs. Listen here. Range-bound currency pairs are actually somewhat better to trade because you can load a position inside that range and it's easy to be able to make profits because you can identify the tops and bottoms very easy. With a trending type of market, there is definitely more upside potential in pips that you can generate from a trend-based move. But the thing on a trend-based move, it only trends 30% of the time. Remember, we spoke about that last week. We said that the market trends 30% of the time, but consolidates 70% of the time. So why wouldn't we want to take advantage of the market when it's consolidating? Because that's 70% of the time. There's a lot of opportunities there. Think about it. Okay, now that you thought about it, does it sound good? All right. Well, let's go ahead and take a look and see what we can do here. And just as an example, we've been following a strategy that is trading pairs that don't really trend as much, but more consolidate more. And we've already generated over 15,000 pips just this year alone, just by going ahead and trading after these 20 pip grabs out of the market. All right. So trust me when I tell you this, that it is absolutely important that we realize that these short-term opportunities are going to be best found when the market's consolidated. Don't go around and always look for trend-based pairs, because you're not going to get as much opportunity as you would get if you trade these consolidated setups. And just like we spoke last week, even if the market is consolidating, if you're using a trend type of system, right? And you say, well, big dog, I need to find a trend type of system, or at least, a trend type of currency because of your trend-based system, then realize this. Last week we said that you can trend right through the year. All you got to do is move it down to a lower time frame. So if the market's consolidating on the larger time frame, all we got to do is just gear it down to a 15-minute time frame, and you will find trend that you can go ahead and deploy your system on that. But it's going to be a lot easier to profit from that setup. Now, let me go talk about the New Zealand US dollar right here. So I'm expecting the New Zealand US dollar to be bullish over the next couple of weeks. Why am I thinking that? Well, firstly, number one, if you take a look at the 4-hour time frame right here, you can clearly see we've had a nice little wave 1 right here, wave 2. Price has gone ahead and given us a good bullish move in wave 3. This is our zigzag wave 4 down here. And so as price comes back to retest wave 1 right here, right there, this is going to be considered to be our wave 4. So we don't expect price to fall below this level. We're expecting price to hold at this level and start turning to the upside. So if you are a trend trader, or if you are a trader that likes to trade those consolidated moves, this is the opportunity for you right here. We're looking for the New Zealand US dollar to rally all the way up to this target right here, and that is priced at it's about a 304 pip opportunity. Well, if you're saying to me, well, big dog, 304 pips, are you kidding me? That far up, 304 pips? Man, we get better pairs that can offer a lot more. Absolutely. All right. But remember this, if you're trading a pair that is a lot more volatile and the daily trading range is wider, keep in mind that your stop losses may be wider too. All right. Because if you don't keep it wide, what's going to happen is those type of volatile pairs could go ahead and stop you out pretty quickly. And what you're going to see is you're going to go ahead and start seeing losses unless you keep your stop wide. So if you keep your stop wide, you give the market room to move, and then it'll go ahead and chase after those targets. So a 300 pip opportunity right here means that this daily trading range on this particular currency pair might be tighter than a pound JPY pair, right? And so having a tighter daily trading range just means tighter stop losses, and the profit potential will be relative to what the daily trading range offers, okay? And so if we look over here, 300 pips is not a bad deal, because what happens here is traders can start loading the bus right here, all right? Adding positions right here, started to get in on this trade, and then continue all the way up to this point right here. Now, what's nice about the New Zealand US dollar is we've got this beautiful setup right here. Now, if I go ahead and compress the charts a little bit right here, here's something even more exciting. What's more exciting is that this pair, look how range bound this pair has been over the last, since the beginning of the year? Yeah. So from the beginning of the year, we've seen 11 months of just sideways trading, okay? And so we're at this support level right here. And so this is what we're expecting. We're expecting, because price has come back down to this support level right here, after it came off that high, or at least that resistance, we're now expecting price to come back up to this level right here. So this is a no-brainer. Now, I've analyzed this pair, but let's go to the dollar index and just go ahead and reconfirm what we're looking at right here. Now, this is the dollar right here. And as we can see right here, we have had this downward swing. Here is this is the 4 hour. So we had a downward swing. Then the market pulled back. We had another downward swing, and this created our wave structure right here. This is wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 right here. And guess what? The market's come back and retesting wave 1. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? All right. So we've got wave 1 being tested. So that's another confirmation that price is finding resistance. And so it is for us a good opportunity to start looking for the dollar to fall south. All right, and take a look right here. We're testing the backside of this channel line here as well. So this is going to be a fall in the dollar. Now let me go ahead and clean up some trend lines here inside. Let's go ahead and clean up house. Sometimes it's good to do a little bit of a housekeeping. And if I look over here as well, do I see a sort of a, it looks like, yep, we have a rising wedge here, which is also not a perfect rising wedge, but we have a rising wedge right here. It's not that perfect at all, but we do see that price has started moving above just slightly. Look at this. As the market takes out that high, notice we have a big, strong pullback. Then the market goes in and takes out this high. So what are we expecting? Another strong pullback. And so if you look at this, this could even be a three-legged move, right? Where price goes ahead and takes out these previous highs. And then after the third time right here, we'll look for price to go ahead and sell off. I've just given that a nickname. I call it a three-legged move, all right? Now, it could be called a three-drive move, and most people know it to be called a three-drive move. I like to call it a three-legged move because I like looking at swing structure, and swings create legs in the market. And so this is a three-legged move, and nobody likes to see a three-legged creature, all right? So here we go. When we've got this three-legged move right here, we're also anticipating price to go ahead and fall back down south. Now, you can see that there's a lot of room for the dollar to go ahead and fall. Even if it's going to be in the short term, we see a lot of room for price to move down. So which means, traders, that this could be an opportunity to start thinking about dollar sell-off. All right. Now, let's go take a look at the news coming up over the next week. As we dig into the news, we're looking for any sort of news that's out here in the U.S. So let's take a look here. Anything that's really, really important. Well, hey, check this out. Official cash rate for the New Zealand dollar. What? They are looking to raise rates 25 basis points. What does that mean? Most of the time, when we see a rate increase, that actually strengthens the currency pair. What? We just spoke about the New Zealand US dollar right here. What did we say that the market's going to do? We said it's going to rally against the dollar. That means that New Zealand's going to get stronger. Yeah, we have a news report coming out next week, Tuesday, at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What they're going to do, they're going to raise rates 25 basis points. That means something, right? It means that we may start seeing some stronger movements out of the New Zealand dollar, but not just on the New Zealand US dollar, but across the board. All right, so let's maybe go take a look and see other New Zealand crosses for opportunities. But before we do, let's take a look and see here any US data coming out next week. So we got some data coming out, core price index coming out on Wednesday next week. Not big news, but we have some data that can certainly create some sort of doubt in the dollar. And that's, of course, if we start seeing the numbers, the data coming out weaker and not indicating that things are on a good track. We know here in the U.S. that we are fighting inflation at the moment right now. And things aren't getting better. Prices are going up. Meat. Oh, I love meat. Oh, I love my steak. But you know what? It's almost at $20 a pound right now. So we're getting prices going up. We've got bread prices going up, milk prices going up, meat prices going up. I mean, gas prices are going up. You name it, it's happening. All of that stuff is pushing inflation up and higher and higher. The problem here is, the biggest problem here is, no matter how much inflation is increasing, it's still not stopping people from spending money. So it's, and the only way for the Feds to control that is to go ahead and what? Raise rates. But the question here is that the answer? Because will that create other problems? If jobs are still an issue, if home sales are booming right now, does it really make a difference? And do the central banks really have the control they used to have back 10 years ago? When they used to make decisions and rate decisions, it used to be a big deal. Right now, it almost feels like it's just been watered into the market. It's just been priced in already. Anyway, let's get back to some technicals right here. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at some technicals. So I'm going to go into the New Zealand. You know what? I want to take a look at some Swiss crosses, but let's go into the New Zealand Swiss franc right here. So New Zealand Swiss franc, what are we seeing right here on the New Zealand Swiss franc? Well, if I go to the daily, notice that we had a very, maybe I should go even to the weekly on this. I think I should do the weekly on this. Yeah. All right. So notice right here. Notice that we had quite a bit of strong support right here. Let me go ahead and plot something up here. Oh, there it is. So we had strong support right here. All right. A lot of support coming off this level. Now, if we got support over here, where do we think price could go back up to? Yes, that is right. We're going to go back up to resistance right here, right? So if the market is going to come back up to resistance right here, then that means our long-term outlook on the New Zealand Swiss should be bullish. Now, we just spoke about the news rate coming, or at least the interest rate being raised by the central banks next week, and that's going to create a stronger New Zealand move. If that's going to be the case, then this actually lines up perfectly with the news. Because if we add support right here, right, then we should be looking for price to go back up to resistance up here at the top. So which means, traders, that we've got to pay attention to this shorter move right here and start looking for the upward swings. Go ahead and take a look at all the swings going back up north to identify whether price is going, how price is going to get to this level. Now, notice the key word, how price is going to get to that level. All right, remember, this is a trip. It's a trip from Florida to New York, but you cannot go in a straight line. You got to go ahead and take all these detours and all these highways and all that byways to get to that, I was going to say the promised land, but get to New York, right? So the way the market's going to move is going to be in patterns, right? Something like this, right? Not in a straight line. So we have to identify how the market's going to move. What is this route? What is this route that the New Zealand Swiss is going to take that we can benefit from? So let's go ahead into the details. So what I do is I break it down on the 4-hour time frame. I go to the 4-hour right here, and I look over here from where the lowest point came off right here. This is the lowest point. So this is our wave one. Now what I do is I look for this target right here. This is going to be my target where I'm expecting price to find a lot of resistance at, right here. Okay? I'm going to mark the, oh, why did I keep doing that? Let me try that again. So this is right here. Right, so if I go to the far right here and I just extend it, then I know that, okay, price is heading towards that target right here. Now, in the short term, what I'm looking for is how can I trade towards that? Well, traders, we've already had this little correction move right here. Let me go ahead and clean up house here. I'm just going to clean up all of this right here so we can go ahead and take a look at some details here. Okay, here we go. So the first thing I want to do is, as price gets to the right side of this trend line, we had this nice little falling wedge right here, and price broke through on the north side, and so we had this first little breakout right here, and then price came back to retest. I spoke about this inside my my YouTube channel, and I spoke about this opportunity right here, how this becomes a huge opportunity because we already know the directional bias, right? We already identified that the New Zealand Swiss is heading north. And so as we break through this trend line and price comes back to retest this, man, this is a great place to start loading up your trades right here. Now, are we done? I mean, is the market going to go ahead and move north? Well, I want to go ahead and make sure that everyone understands the patterns that we've seen right here. There are two ways that the market can correct, okay? And the two ways is like this. This is a wave. I'm going to call it an A-B swing right here. All right, A-B swing. Now, if you go ahead then and look at the A-B swing, the retracement, the market can retrace in two patterns. It can retrace like this, where it goes back down on a shallow retracement, takes off, goes ahead and hits the 1.18 or the 1.27, and then turns around. Those are fibs extensions. Then turns around and goes into a deeper retracement of the AB boundary, and then takes off and heads north. Now, the market can also do this. It can create this AB boundary. All right, AB boundary. And the market can go ahead and retrace in a zigzag like this, and then take off towards its the fib extension. So these are the two ways the market can correct. Now, there are two ways that the market can set up this pattern. This is called a flat, and there are two flats. We've got an irregular flat, and then we've got a running flat. This pattern that you see right here is an irregular flat, where price takes out the high, goes up a little high, but then comes back down, takes out the low, and then takes off. Now the irregular, this is irregular flat. Now the running flat is a little different. What the running flat does, it goes like this, creates the AB boundary, right? And then it goes ahead and retraces on a shallow retracement, takes off, but then comes back and doesn't take out the low and goes down like this and then takes off. This is called a running flat. Now, how do we know which one is which? Well, the most important thing about this is that this structure from this area right here, let's call it from this is going to be a little A, little B, and little C. Yes, little Johnny right here, okay? So from the small a to the C, this normally is a five-wave internal structure. A five-wave internal structure. Now, if the five-wave internal structure doesn't go past this A, we know it's going to be a running flat. If the five-wave structure builds up, we can see that it's going to break below here, then we know it's going to be an irregular flat. That's how we can tell whether we're going to be buying below this level or whether we should be buying above the previous A low. All right, makes sense? Well, if you want, you go ahead and review the video again. When we're done, do it in slow motion, because maybe I've gone too fast for everyone. All right, but that's the idea. So this is the thing. When I go to this right here, when I look at this right here, doesn't this pattern look like it could be a running flat? Right? If you take a look over here, you see how price goes up, comes back down, got to a 5-0 retracement, got to the 118 right here, came back inside, but hasn't taken out the low. So the question here is, are we finishing off with a five-wave structure? Is this a five-wave structure, and can we see price moving up? Okay. So I'm going to look at two alternatives right here. One, we're wrong, and price is going to go further down south. Two, we're right, and price is going to take off. How do we trade both of those scenarios so that we don't get stopped out, or we do get stopped out, but we prepare ourselves for the next entry point? So let's take a look at this. New Zealand Swiss is sitting up right now. And if I look at this structure, again, I want to go ahead and identify, do we have a five-wave structure going down? And if I take my fibs right here and I start from the top and I work down to the first, if I look over here, there's an inside swing. There's a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right here. All right. Then we came up to looks like a 786, just short of 786 retracement. Then price goes down and hits the one. Look here, it hits the fifth wave right here. So I've got another swing right here going down. Sorry, not the fifth wave, I meant the third wave. So we've got a third wave hit right here. And so this is the third wave right here. So which means that we're in a wave. Look at this. Wave 1, 2, 3. This is 4 right here as it comes back to retest that level, which is wave 1. All right, this is wave 4. All right, that's wave 2. And this is wave 3 right here. So what we're expecting is, if this is going to complete a flat, we got to take out that low in a last move. So this is going to be a 5th wave move down to this level. And then from that level, we should be looking for price to go back up north. Now, just so that you know, the Swiss National Bank has already mentioned they're watching very closely. They're watching the Euro Swiss. And they said that they are not going to be shy to intervene. All right. So they will intervene if they find their currency pair getting too strong. They did it when they unpegged the euro to the Swiss back in 2017. And they would not hesitate to go ahead and intervene and support a weaker Swiss currency. So they're going to be watching this very carefully. So if we do drop back down to this level right here on the New Zealand Swiss, meaning that Swiss is getting very strong, there's a very good chance that we could start seeing some bank intervention, because they also mentioned that it's not just the Euro Swiss that's important, which means they will go ahead and intervene if they see the Swiss getting stronger across the board. That's what they would go ahead and do. And so as we look at this right here, we have a wave structure. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to monitor this level, that level there. This is my wave 1. I'm going to mark it off. This is wave 1 right here, wave 2, wave 3 here, wave 4 there. And so I'm looking for wave 5 to go down and take out that low right here. So this is going to be where my wave 5 target is going to be right there. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to monitor this wave 1, because traders, if we break above this wave 1 right here, then we off to the races. Then somewhere we've got something wrong, and price is going to take off as an irregular, as a running flat, not an irregular flat. And so this is what's important right here. I believe that there is going to be some nice upside move in the Swiss crosses, Euro Swiss, New Zealand Swiss, Pound Swiss. There's going to be some strong rally to the upside. We've got to wait for the perfect timing, because there's 2 places we want to go ahead and buy. We want to buy above this level if price confirms that, and we want to buy below this level when price takes out that low. So we want to buy above here. Below there. We're going to start buying below there. But if price trades above this level right here, we want to buy above this level as well. And then we'll look for upside targets, go ahead and chase after. Now, if you take a look over here, see the swing? This is what I'll be paying attention to right here. This is going to be my confirmation. When I see that the market targets this level right here, at this point right here, if the market gets to this level, and that is at price at 0.6989, if the market gets here, then I will be buying on dips on this particular pair. So right here, if price, and then let's mark it off here, if price hits this level, then buy on dips. Right. So buy on dips would mean very simple. It would mean that we are now going to be creating wave 1, 2, that's 3. This is going to be 4, and then 5. So which means that we are going to be starting a new trend on the New Zealand Swiss franc. And if that's the case right here, we can be buying on dips on this one all day long, because we'll be chasing after a long-term target that is all the way up here at the top. Look at the opportunity. So from where, let's say it comes back, it breaks above here. So the opportunity on this is about 254 pips on this trade. And that is just the midterm target. The long-term target will take us a lot higher as we go ahead and compress, look for price to go ahead and target that level there. Okay. And then ultimately target this right here. Let's go all the way to the top right here, this target right here, and then all the way up here to this target at, what's that, 80.75. So 0.8075. All right. So that could be the move on the New Zealand Swiss right here. All right, now let's go take a look at gold. Oh, by the way, just so that you know, we're looking for Swiss weakness across the board, and so that means that if you go to let's take a quick look at Euro Swiss right here. Right, here's Euro Swiss right here. Euro Swiss, if you go to a 4-hour, sorry, I'm going to go to weekly. No, daily's fine. Here's the daily time frame right here. This level where price is trading right now is very significant. The Swiss National Bank is going to be watching this level very closely right here, because since they unpegged against the euro back, so it was 2015, not 16. Yeah, it was 2015 when they unpegged the Swiss from the euro back in early January 2015. This is what happened right here. But then it took us about 3 years to get back to that open. See how the market filled the gap? We had this huge gap right here, but then price fulfilled that gap. So we're looking at this, and this level is a very, very important level. Not only is this level a significant level for the Swiss National Bank, but this is also a very significant level based on our swings. Because look at this. From the top right here, we've had these swings going down right here, all the way down. And so what we're looking for right here is price. Take a look right here. Price created a wave 1. Then this is a wave 2 going down here. We've got price coming back to retest this previous wave 1 right here. And so this level is important, because if we break through that level, here's the next support level that we will get to based on a technical perspective. But also it's really opening the floor for Euro Swiss to go further down south. The question here is, will the central banks allow that to happen, or will they intervene? My guess is they've already hinted it. They will intervene. So we'll take a look and see. So right down here, and that is approximately, let's take a look how far away that is. That's about, it's not far. It's about 220 pips away from where we're trading right now. All right. So we'll definitely look for a bounce. And if we get a bounce off this level, this is what's so great about this level. If we do bounce off this level right here, and we stay above that level, and what price is that? That price is at 1.0506. So 1.0506, which is around 25 or 30 pips from where it's trading right now. If we go back above that level, we are chasing after. All right, we are going to be chasing after that level up here, and that's giving us a 658 pip opportunity. So this becomes really key right now. So what you should be doing at the moment right now is paying attention to the lower time frame, like the 1 hour, like the 15-minute time frame, looking for reversal patterns, looking to trade the bounce off this, because up here we got a 658 pip opportunity. Euro Swiss looking pretty solid for an opportunity as we get the confirmation coming to play. All right, now let's go to gold. Take a look at gold right here. Gold is being trading right here. We've been talking about gold trading inside this wave structure right here. It's come off a very shallow retracement right here. Let's go to the 4 hour. It's come off a very shallow retracement based on that larger swing. But here's the recent move that we've been monitoring. The market just broke out of this downward channel line right here. All right. And so we found a good level of support right here. But this is what we're looking for. We spoke about this back a couple of weeks ago when we had the session in the A1 session. We spoke about price creating an opportunity for traders. We said bullish as price trades below. So we said this is it right here. Remember, we said bullish when price trades below this level right here. There it is there. And we did have a little pop right here. This was the ideal spot to go ahead and start buying in. As soon as price traded below there, it's time to get the heck into this trade. All right. And we said that price is going to go all the way up to this target right here. There we marked it off. and prices got right here to that target. So we identified this very quickly. We almost got this to the point of exactly where the market's going to go ahead and turn bullish and where the market's going to target for profit. So traders should be cashing in on this, or at least starting to scale out of their positions as they look for the price to drop back down again and start rallying back up. So we're expecting gold to sell off back down again to a support level where we're going to be looking for price to go ahead and move back up again. So there's two levels price can move to. Price of gold can move back down to this level, which is at 1834. And if it's going to go ahead and move down a little further, it may come back to retest this level and possibly even that trend line. So this is where you want to go ahead and look. Around about 18, let's call it 1813. All right. So this is where we could see price starting to U-turn to the upside. If price gets down to 1813, then that will be another good place to start looking to load the bus on this particular setup right here. All right. This is on gold. So gold, we're expected a drop in gold down to about 1834, then possibly to 1813. All right. Let's move on to Bitcoin for those crypto traders out there. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin and see what's going on with Bitcoin. Is it time to buy in on Bitcoin, or is it time to stand aside? Well, if you take a look over here, we have once again a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, and this is a wave 4. What type of pattern do we have? We just spoke about it earlier on. We said when price trades above this level, then comes back inside and takes out that low, we have what we call an irregular flat. I've seen this more often than not, my friends. When market does this, it's time to buy as price takes out the low. So Bitcoin trading at 57,000 right now means that we're going to start seeing some weekend moving. If it's not going to be the weekend, it'll be next week. But we're heading into a bullish trend, at least a short-term bullish trend on Bitcoin again. And that means that the altcoins are creating and will create opportunity for traders to go ahead and get in. So what altcoins are there out there that traders could go ahead and trade? Well, let's go ahead and just go do a quick refresh on this. So let's go take a look and see. If we're going to look to get into altcoins, then what we want to do is take a look at the top 50, top 100. And any altcoin that has dropped the most over the period, Ethereum has dropped over the last 10 days, 10%. Good opportunity if you haven't got into Ethereum yet. All right, it was down about 13% before we had that little bit of a 24-hour push. Let's take a look and see what else. We got Cardano. Cardano has moved down 10%. It was down 13% for the week at one point. It's moved up 3% on the day. There's another opportunity. Look at Polkadot. Polkadot is down. It was down almost 18% on the week. Now it is gone up 4% on the day. So we may be turning and we may be heading bullish on Polkadot. Let's take a look over here. Litecoin. Litecoin was down 20% of the week. It's now up 2% on the day. That's given us a 17% of the week. Still a good opportunity for Litecoin traders. Look at Chainlink. Chainlink was down 18%. 18%. Good opportunity to get back in on Litecoin. Look at listen, if you didn't look at Shiba was down about 25% on the week. The last 24 hours has managed to go up 16%. But when Shiba was trading around about 4,030, around about there, or 4,300, that was an excellent place to get in on Shiba if you did not get in already, if you have not traded on Shiba. So traders, check out the altcoins. Altcoins are really positioned. It's really cheap to get into the altcoins right now. So check out the altcoins. Look for the ones that are really low priced, which means we got some cheap altcoins out there that traders can get in. And all you're going to do is just go through this list. Now, I'm going to give you one example of how I would trade this. All right. And so let's take a look at, let's say, for instance, let's grab, was it Polkadot that was the best? Let's see here. Shiba was down 25. That would be Polkadot's down. All right, let's take a look at Polkadot right here. So if I go to Polkadot, all right, so that's dot right here, and I take a look at dot right here. Look at this. I've already gone ahead and set up. And this is what I've gone ahead and mentioned here on this already. Here is my wave one. All right. Again, just looking at price action. Here we go, wave one. Then the market created irregular flat. It gave us a wave two right here. Then we went all the way up here and created a wave three. We had actually internal wave structure. And the internal wave structure looked like this. We had wave one, two, three, all the way up here at the top right here. And now we came back to this level right here, also that level. And we said that we want to buy in at multiple areas. We said we buy at market at 45.88. Okay, price is now trading at 41. And we also said buy at 42. So here are the two places. So right now, this is the hot spot to buy Polkadot. All right, hot spot, buy Polkadot, because the trend is still bullish. And we're looking for Polkadot to go up to $63. So we're looking for Polkadot to move from 42 to 63 right here. That's going to be an upside move of about 50% return. Who makes 50% return in a short period of time? All right. That's the type of return you get in here on Polkadot. Now, I'm not advocating that that's the type of return you're going to make, because everyone's going to be different depending, of course, what they invest into that particular setup. But that's the type of ROI that you could be looking here on Polkadot alone. All right, based on what we've just looked at right now on these altcoins here. So it is altcoin seasons, my friends. And so this is where it's going to be at. Take a look and see what altcoins fits your comfort zone, fits your trading strategy, fits your technical analysis, and then look to go ahead and invest. Pretty solid right there. All right. Well, that pretty much wraps it up. I said this is going to be a shorter than usual session, and it is likely. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off the session today. I want to go ahead and remind everyone, if you haven't subscribed to the A1 Trading channel, go ahead and do that right now. Also, while you're there, go ahead and search the name FX Big Dog. And go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, as I broadcast every single day with some video content. In fact, we've got a trading session we call the Pip Grabber Trading Strategy, that we grab 20 pips out of the market. We've made about 4% already this week alone. Check it out. Check out my channel as well. But also, while you're there, smash the like button on both this channel right here, and of course, if any videos that are posted in the future, smash the like button so we can get the algorithm moving on the Google algorithm moving, so we can get this video out to as many people as possible. Thanks, guys, for joining. Appreciate it. Have a fantastic weekend. Have a blessed trading day today, what's left of it, and we'll see everyone back again in the next live session. This is the FX Big Dog, wishing you peace, joy, and lots of profits. Until next time.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching today's stream. I hope you got a lot of value out of it. And hey, before you go, make sure to check out our guest on social media, as well as subscribe to the A1 Trading YouTube channel for more free trading content throughout the week. Before we go, I do also want to say, down below in the description, there's all sorts of great perks for you if you're looking for a broker. We've got some recommended brokers. We've also got a Telegram channel, an email newsletter that you would probably benefit from if you're an aspiring trader. So take advantage of some of that free stuff down below. It will also help out the channel tremendously, and we will see you back tomorrow.